Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. P.K. Ahluwalia from Physics Department, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla. Today we are going to discuss about the module Ensemble Theory, Quantum, Part 1, Quantum Mechanical Formulation of Statistical Mechanics under the paper Statistical Mechanics. After studying this module, you shall be able to understand the need to go beyond classical statistical mechanics or semi-classical statistical mechanics, which we have done till this point. We shall be able to express statistical mechanics compatible with the postulates of quantum mechanics, comprehend the requirement of replacing density distribution function ρ used in classical statistical averaging by density matrix ρmn in quantum statistical averaging, a double averaging procedure, one necessitated by quantum mechanics and other necessitated by the requirement of statistical procedure because of inherent lack of complete information, a typical characteristic of a macroscopic system. We will learn how to arrive at generic idea of density matrix for a system under study and discuss its various properties. We shall derive quantum mechanical analog of Lively's theorem, calculate the mean value of an observable physical quantity represented by a quantum mechanical operator, unfolding a prescription to calculate mean value of any observable property of the quantum macroscopic system, derive density matrix in various ensembles, apply the formalism developed to three prototype problems, namely an electron in a magnetic field, free particle in a box, and a linear harmonic oscillator to calculate density matrix corresponding to these. Comprehend the consequences of indistinguishability of particles in quantum systems and symmetry properties of their wave functions in the statistical considerations of quantum macroscopic systems. Finally, we will try to understand the link between spin and statistics. This module has been developed for postgraduate level as per the following subtopics: quantum mechanical formulation of statistical mechanics, density matrix, quantum Lively's theorem, density matrix in various ensembles, that is, the microcanonical ensemble, the canonical ensemble, and the grand canonical ensemble. Calculation of density matrix, some prototype applications such as electron in a magnetic field, free particle in a box, linear harmonic oscillator, indistinguishability of particles and quantum statistical mechanics, symmetrization of state functions and Gibbs paradox, construction of symmetric and antisymmetric wave functions, and the relationship between spin and statistics. Let us recapitulate. Up to this point in our study of statistical physics, we treated macroscopic systems either purely classically or in semi-classical sense without involving proper quantum mechanics, that is, the solutions of the Schrödinger equation involved for the study of the system. Classically, state of the system is said to be specified once the position and momenta of all particles constituting the system get specified. However, because of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, position and momenta cannot be specified simultaneously. In quantum mechanics, we deal with Hermitian operators, which represent physically observable quantities with real eigenvalues. Some often encountered operators are Hamiltonian operator, angular momentum operator, and spin operator. Many physical quantities like spin, angular momentum have no classical analog. Each of the operators operates on a vector space, the so-called Hilbert space. The state of the system at a certain time t is specified by a state vector represented by ket of psi t. Time evolution of the state vector is governed via the Schrödinger equation iota h bar, partial derivative of state vector psi t with respect to t is equal to Hamiltonian operator on state vector psi t. Knowing state vector psi t allows one to calculate all characteristics of the system equivalent to knowing the microstate of the system. The coordinate representation of the system is described by the wave function psi qt, which is equal to bra q psi t ket, an inner product of the spatial and temporal function. That is, an inner product of vector q with psi t. Quantum mechanics is inherently probabilistic in nature, such that mod square of psi qt is the probability density. The probability that a system or a particle is located in a volume element dq around q is given by mod square of psi qt multiplied by dq. Given a physical quantity represented by an operator O, say, as we operate O on a quantum state, one gets its eigenvalue, which is represented by expectation value of O, which is the average value of the operator obtained during the process of measurement, given by expectation value of O is equal to integral of psi star qt operator O psi qt over the volume d tau divided by integral of psi star qt psi qt over the volume of the coordinate space. If psi qt is normalized, then integral of psi star qt psi qt over the volume space is equal to integral of modulus square of psi qt over the volume space is equal to 1. For an operator O, there can be a set of eigenvalues On with a corresponding set of orthonormal eigenfunctions phi and q forming a basis set such that when operator O acts on the eigenfunction phi and q, we get eigenvalue On multiplied by the eigenfunction phi and q. The eigenfunction psi q2 can then be expanded in terms of this basis set as a result of superposition of basis eigenfunctions as psi qt is equal to summation over n a n t phi n q. The physical significance of the coefficients lies in the fact that modulus square of a n as a function of t gives the probability of getting in a measurement On corresponding to the eigenstate phi and q out of the set of eigenfunctions phi and q, where a n as a function of t is equal to integral of phi star n q psi qt integrated over whole of the volume. Going to quantum statistical ensemble involves incorporation of quantum mechanical averaging besides statistical averaging, leading to the so-called double averaging. In this process, we come across the concept of density matrix, in terms of which statistics of various ensembles can be expressed and applied, and is the subject matter of this module. Now we will look at quantum mechanical formulation of statistical mechanics in terms of density matrix. With the brief recapitulation of basic concepts of quantum mechanics given in the introduction, we are now ready to apply these to macroscopic system consisting of a large number of particles by using the notion of an ensemble. So, we take an ensemble of n identical systems where n is very much greater than 1. Since these systems are identical, they have a common Hamiltonian operator H. The states of the various systems making the ensemble is represented by the wave functions psi qt, where q is over the position coordinate set qi relevant to the system being considered. Therefore, psi as a function of q and t describes an equivalent of a phase point in phase space of a classical system. Let us focus on the kth system of the ensemble. Let at a given time t, the kth system of the ensemble happens to be in a normalized state psi k as a function of q and t, where k is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n, the total number of the systems in the ensemble. The time evolution of this state function psi k is given by the time-dependent Schrödinger equation iota h bar partial derivative of psi k with respect to t is equal to Hamiltonian operator operating on psi k, where psi k can be expanded in terms of a set of orthonormal functions phi and q as described in equation 4 in each system. That is, psi kt is equal to summation over n a n k as a function of time multiplied by phi n as a function of q, where a n k t is equal to integral of phi star n as a function of q multiplied by psi k as a function of q and t over the whole space. Here, a and kt are the probability amplitudes of the system k to be in the state phi and q, and modulus square of a and kt is the probability amplitudes for the various systems of the ensemble in the state phi and q. Sum of these probability amplitudes must be equal to 1. That is, summation over n of modulus square of a and k as a function of t must be equal to 1. The time-dependent Schrödinger equation 6 can be written in terms of the coefficients a and kt so that time variation of these coefficients is given by iota h bar multiplied by partial derivative of a and k as a function of t with respect to t is equal to iota h bar multiplied by integral of phi n star q multiplied by partial derivative of psi k as a function of q and t with respect to t over the whole space, which is equal to integral of phi n star q multiplied by Hermitian operator psi k as a function of t integrated over the whole volume is equal to integral of phi n star q multiplied by the Hamiltonian operator multiplied by summation over n akm as a function of t multiplied by phi m as a function of q over the whole volume, which is equal to summation over m akm as a function of t multiplied by the matrix element of h in states m and n, where this matrix element of h is equal to integral of phi star n q multiplied by Hamiltonian operator multiplied by phi m as a function of q over the whole volume space. Now let us define the density matrix by means of the matrix elements. Rho mn as a function of t is equal to 1 upon total number of systems in the ensemble multiplied by summation over k starting from 1 to total number of systems in the ensemble over amk as a function of t multiplied by akn star as a function of t. We note, since sum here is over all the systems in the ensemble divided by the number of systems in the ensemble, it gives an ensemble average of the quantity akmt multiplied by akn star of t. M is equal to n in equation 12 corresponds to the diagonal element rho nn as a function of t, which is the ensemble average of the probability density modulus square of an as a function of t, which itself is a quantum average. So, density matrix involves two averages, first one being a quantum mechanical average followed by an ensemble average. So, the matrix element, which is the diagonal matrix element of the density matrix, represents the probability that a system chosen at random from among the members of the ensemble shall be in the state phi n at time t. Using equation 9, we have sum over all the diagonal matrix elements is equal to 1 upon the total number of members in the ensemble multiplied by summation over k is equal to 1 to total number of systems in the ensemble multiplied by summation over n ANKT of a function of t multiplied by ANK star t is equal to 1 upon total number of identical systems in the ensemble multiplied by summation over k is equal to 1 to total number of identical systems in the ensemble multiplied by summation over n over probability amplitude is equal to 1. Ensemble average of an operator. Let us now express the ensemble average of an operator G, which is equal to 1 upon number of identical systems in the ensemble multiplied by summation over k is equal to 1 to n, the number of identical systems in the ensemble, over integral of psi k star G operator psi k d tau. This can further be written using 7 as equal to 1 upon total number of identical systems in the ensemble n multiplied by summation over k is equal to 1 to the total number of identical systems in the ensemble over summation over m and n an star kt am kt multiplied by the matrix element of the operator G between the states m and n, where this matrix element is equal to integral of phi star nq over the operator G phi m cubed multiplied by d tau. Equation 15 can be written as ensemble average of G is equal to summation over m and n 1 upon number of identical systems in the ensemble n multiplied by summation over k is equal to 1 to number of identical systems in the ensemble n over an star k as a function of t multiplied by amkt whole multiplied by the matrix element of the operator G between the states m and n, or ensemble average of G is equal to summation over m and n over the matrix element of rho between n and m multiplied by the matrix element of the operator G between the states m and n, which is equal to summation over m over the matrix element which is the diagonal element of the operator obtained by multiplying density operator with the operator G, which is equal to trace of the product of the operators rho, the density matrix, and G, the operator G. Note, if operator G is equal to identity operator, then trace of operator rho is equal to 1. In general, if psi k are not normalized, then ensemble average of G is equal to trace of the product of the operators rho and G divided by trace of the operator rho. It is obvious from the equation 20 that the knowledge of density matrix allows us to calculate mean value of any physical property of the system. Density matrix is the quantum analog of the density function of the classical system. Quantum Liouville's theorem. Therefore, from equation 12, we have iota h bar multiplied by rho dot mn is equal to 1 upon the number of identical systems in the ensemble n multiplied by summation over k from 1 to the number of identical systems in the ensemble over. Therefore, from equation 12, we have iota h bar multiplied by rho dot mn is equal to 1 upon the number of identical systems in the ensemble n multiplied by summation over k from 1 to the number of identical systems in the ensemble over iota h bar multiplied by a dot kmt ak star nt plus akmt multiplied by a dot nk star t. From equation 9th, it follows that iota h bar rho dot mnt is equal to 1 upon number of identical systems in the ensemble n multiplied by summation over k is equal to 1 to n, the number of identical systems in the ensemble, whole in the bracket, summation over I ALK as a function of t, matrix element of H between the states M and L multiplied by A K n star t minus A M K t multiplied by summation over L, the matrix element of H star between the states N and L multiplied by A star K L as a function of t. Note the negative sign on the left hand side, which arises because of the complex conjugation procedure. Or equation 22 can be written as iota h bar rho dot m and t is equal to, within the square brackets, summation over L HML rho Ln minus summation over L rho ml H star nl. Since H is a Hermitian operator, therefore it is symmetric, that is H star Ln is equal to H Ln. Therefore, iota h bar rho dot mn as a function of t is equal to, within the square brackets, summation over L HML rho Ln minus rho ml H Ln, which is equal to the matrix element between the states M and N of H operator multiplied by rho operator minus rho operator multiplied by H operator. Or this equation can be written as iota h bar rho dot t is equal to commutator between the operator H and rho. If we compare this equation with classical Liouville's theorem, which we derived in module 11, we will notice that Poisson bracket has been replaced by the commutator between H and rho divided by IH bar. Now coming back to the requirement for the system to be in equilibrium, the corresponding ensemble must be stationary. That is, the time derivative of the matrix element of rho between states M and N must be equal to 0. For this condition to be true, we must have, number 1, the operator rho an explicit function of the operator H, that is, rho is a function of operator H, which implies that rho commutes with the operator H. Secondly, H operator should not be an explicit function of time t, that is, the time derivative of H operator or the Hamiltonian operator must be equal to 0. Furthermore, if basis function set phi n happens to be a set of eigenfunctions of the Hamiltonian operator H, then the matrices defined by the elements Hmn and rho mn must be diagonal. That is, the matrix element of the Hamiltonian operator between the states M and N must be equal to En multiplied by Kronecker delta Mn, and rho Mn must be equal to rho n multiplied by Kronecker delta over M and N. If the basis set happens to be other than basis set of the Hamiltonian, the matrices corresponding to Hamiltonian operator and density matrix operator will not be diagonal, but it shall be symmetric. That is, matrix element of operator H between the states M and N must be equal to matrix element of the operator H between the states N and M, and the matrix element of the density matrix operator between the states M and N must be equal to matrix element of the operator rho between the states N and M. This is desirable for the system to go from state M to N, must be the same as going from state N to M, satisfying the so-called principle of detailed balancing. Density matrix and various ensembles. In the following, we derive density matrix in various ensembles so that the result embodied in equation 20, that is, ensemble average of the operator G, which is equal to trace of the product of operators rho and G divided by trace of operator rho, may be applied to different systems in different surrounding environments, namely when system is completely isolated, that is in microcanonical ensemble from the surroundings. System is allowed to exchange energy with the surroundings, that is canonical ensemble, and when the system can exchange both energy and particles with the surroundings, that is in the grand canonical ensemble. Density matrix in microcanonical ensemble. In microcanonical ensemble, an isolated system in equilibrium is specified by constant values of number of particles n, constant volume V, and energy lying in a narrow interval around E, that is, within the interval E minus half delta and E plus half delta, with delta very much less than E. Let the number of distinct microstates accessible to the system be omega, which is to be computed quantum mechanically. Then, according to postulate of equal a priori probability for each microstate, this probability is 1 upon omega. Then the density matrix in the energy representation, which has to be in diagonal form, is rho mn is equal to rho n multiplied by Kronecker delta mn, where rho n is equal to 1 upon omega for each accessible microstate or 0 for all other microstates. One can see that the normalization condition is clearly satisfied. That is, summation over mn of the matrix element of rho between m and n states is equal to summation over mn rho n multiplied by the Kronecker delta mn is equal to summation over n of rho n is equal to 1 upon omega multiplied by summation over n of 1, which adds to omega and therefore gives equal to 1 upon omega multiplied by omega is equal to 1. This result is true in representations other than energy representations considered here as well. There are two possible cases for the value of omega. Omega is equal to 1 and omega greater than 1. When omega is equal to 1, then the member systems of the ensemble are in the same state, and hence there is one diagonal element rho nn is equal to rho is equal to 1 and rho square is equal to rho. Then according to Boltzmann formula, entropy S is equal to log of omega, which gives S is equal to 0. The system in such a situation is said to be in pure state. When omega is greater than 1, the system is said to be in mixed state. Omega for a macroscopic system is going to be very large number. In energy representation, the density matrix is still given by the equations 27 and 28. However, in any other representation, the density matrix has the following two properties. Number one, all the diagonal elements are equal, which corresponds to equal a priori probability postulate. And number two, all of diagonal elements are equal to 0, a consequence of postulate of random phases. Postulate of random phases is a requirement of the quantum mechanics. According to this, the state psi k, which is a superposition of the basis set phi n, is such that it is not a coherent superposition of the basis set functions, but is such that a n k is equal to a e raised to power iota theta k n, where e raised to power iota theta k n is the random phase factor, such that the matrix element of rho between the states m and n is equal to 1 upon number of identical systems in the ensemble n multiplied by summation over k is equal to 1 to n amk as a function of t multiplied by akn star as a function of t is equal to matrix element of rho between m and n as a function of t, which is in turn equal to 1 upon number of identical systems in the ensemble multiplied by summation over k is equal to 1 to n over modulus square of a multiplied by e raised to power iota theta k mn minus theta k n, which is equal to modulus square of a multiplied by the time average of e raised to power iota theta km minus theta kn, which is in turn equal to delta mn. Thus, the result is similar to equation 27 as expected for microcanonical ensemble. Density matrix in canonical ensemble. In canonical ensemble, system is in thermal equilibrium with the surroundings and is described by the three parameters N, V and T. System and surroundings can exchange energy and hence becomes a variable. As was found in module 13, the probability that the system possesses energy ER is proportional to the Boltzmann factor e raised to power minus beta ER, given by probability PR is equal to e raised to power minus beta ER divided by summation over R e raised to power minus beta ER is equal to e raised to power minus beta ER divided by the partition function Z. In energy representation, the density matrix elements are represented as rho mn is equal to rho n multiplied by Kronecker delta mn. So that in canonical ensemble, we have rho mn is equal to rho nn multiplied by Kronecker delta mn is equal to e raised to power minus beta en divided by the partition function Z. In bracket notation, the density matrix element can be written as rho mn is equal to bra on the state Fm over operator rho multiplied by the ket over the state Fn. And since rho mn is equal to summation over L, inner product of phi m with phi L, rho L multiplied by inner product with phi L and phi m, comparing 33 and 34, we have operator rho is equal to summation over n, ket over the state phi n, rho n multiplied by bra over the state phi n, or rho operator is equal to summation over n phi star n e raised to power minus beta en divided by the partition function phi n is equal to e raised to power minus beta h divided by the partition function z summation over n phi star n phi n is equal to e raised to power minus beta h operator divided by the partition function z is equal to e raised to power minus beta h operator divided by trace of e raised to power minus beta h operator. Here we have used the fact that summation over n phi star n phi n is the unit operator. The expectation value of a physical quantity corresponding to system G represented by the operator G hat is then given by ensemble average of the operator G is equal to trace of rho operator multiplied by G operator is equal to trace of G operator multiplied by e raised to power minus beta h operator divided by Z is equal to trace of G operator multiplied by e raised to power minus beta operator divided by trace of e raised to power minus beta h operator. For a pure state, there is only one state with rho n is equal to 1. And using 35, density matrix is given by rho operator is equal to phi star phi. This expression can be used for finding the density matrix of the pure states and density matrix of the mixed states made from a number of pure states with suitable proportion of the mixture. Density matrix in grand canonical ensemble. In a fashion similar to the one which we followed in the case of canonical ensemble, the density operator rho can be defined. However, we must note that the system can exchange both energy and particles, keeping parameters mu, that is chemical potential, V, that is volume, and T, that is temperature, constant, so that probability of the state ER is equal to e raised to power minus beta ER minus mu NR divided by summation over R e raised to power minus beta ER minus mu NR is equal to e raised to power minus beta ER minus mu NR divided by the partition function Z, which is equal to trace of e raised to power minus beta H operator minus mu N operator. And this stands for grand partition function. Here, n operator is the number operator. We must also note that the density operator shall not only commute with Hamiltonian operator h, but also with number operator n, with eigenvalues ni is equal to 0, 1, 2, and so on up to infinity. Calculation of density matrix, some prototype applications. Let us look at, as the first application, electron in a magnetic field. As a simple problem, let us consider an electron in a magnetic field B applied along z-axis. An electron has an intrinsic spin S is equal to half h bar sigma with magnetic moment mu is equal to E h bar upon 2 mc sigma, which is equal to Bohr magneton multiplied by the spin operator sigma, where mu b is equal to E h bar upon 2 mc is the Bohr magneton, and sigma is Pauli spin operator with components sigma x is equal to 0, 1, 1, 0, sigma y is equal to 0, minus iota, iota 0, sigma z is equal to 1, 0, 0, minus 1. Thus, density operator can be written as equal to e raised to power minus beta h operator minus mu n operator divided by trace of e raised to power minus beta h operator minus mu n operator. The ensemble average of physical quantity G of the system can now be written as ensemble average G is equal to trace of rho operator multiplied by G operator, which is equal to trace of G operator multiplied by e raised to power minus beta h operator minus mu times number operator divided by trace of e raised to power minus beta h operator minus mu multiplied by number operator. In the magnetic field B, the electron has only two spin orientations, one parallel to the magnetic field and the other perpendicular to the magnetic field. The configurational Hamiltonian of the spin in the magnetic field is Hamiltonian operator is equal to minus mu sigma dot b is equal to minus mu b sigma z b. This is equivalent to a two-state problem done earlier in module 12 with energy of the two states as E1 is equal to minus mu bb and E2 is equal to mu bb. The density matrix of the canonical ensemble would be rho operator is equal to e raised to power minus beta h operator divided by trace of e raised to power minus beta h operator is equal to e raised to power beta mu b sigma z operator b divided by trace of e raised to power beta mu b sigma z operator b, where e raised to power beta mu b sigma z operator b is equal to the matrix e beta mu b b 0, 0 e raised to power minus beta mu b b. Therefore, the rho operator is equal to 1 upon e raised to power beta mu b b plus e raised to power minus beta mu b b multiplied by the matrix e raised to power beta mu b b 0, 0 e raised to power minus beta mu b b. We can use this result to find the expectation value of mu z, that is equal to trace of mu b sigma z operator into rho operator is equal to mu b trace of sigma z operator into rho operator, which is equal to mu b multiplied by e raised to power beta mu b b minus e raised to power minus beta mu b b divided by e raised to power beta mu b b plus e raised to power minus beta mu b b, which is equal to mu b tan hyperbolic beta mu b b. Let us now look at a free particle in a box problem. It is an interesting problem which is taught in every elementary course of quantum mechanics. A free particle in a cubical box of side L. The Hamiltonian operator of the system is equal to minus h bar square by 2m del square is equal to, in Cartesian coordinates, minus h bar square by 2m multiplied by delta 2 by delta x square plus delta 2 by delta y square plus delta 2 by delta z square, with eigenfunctions of the Hamiltonian operator satisfying periodic boundary conditions, that is phi x plus L yz is equal to phi x y plus Lz is equal to phi x y L plus z is equal to phi x y z, which gives phi ER is equal to 1 upon L raised to power 3 by 2 e raised to power iota k dot r. With eigenvalues, E is equal to h bar square k square by 2m, where k takes on values k is equal to kx, ky, kz is equal to nx, ny, nz, with quantum numbers nx, ny, nz taking values 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3 and so on. With the knowledge of the energy wave functions, we write the density matrix rho in canonical ensemble in coordinate representation as the matrix element of rho in the state R and R dash is equal to matrix element of e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator divided by trace of e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator between the states R and R dash, which is equal to matrix element of e raised to power minus beta H operator between R and R dash divided by trace of e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator, which is equal to the matrix element of e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator between the states R and R dash divided by integral of the matrix element of e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator between the states R and R dash over the whole space. In the light of equation 52, we first calculate the numerator, that is, the matrix element of e raised to power minus beta h within the states R and R dash, which is equal to summation over E R E e raised to power minus beta h operator E R dash, which is equal to summation over E e raised to power minus beta E phi E R dash. Using equations 50 and 51, 53 can be written as equal to 1 upon L cube summation over k e raised to power minus beta h bar square upon 2m k square plus e raised to power iota k dot r minus r dash. Since summation over k 1 upon L cube in this k space can be written as 1 upon 2 pi whole cube integrated over the whole k space, equation 54 becomes equal to approximately 1 upon 2 pi whole cube integral from minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to power minus beta h bar square upon 2m k square plus e raised to power iota k dot r minus r dash d cube k. The integral in the above integral can be evaluated by noting that 1 upon 2 pi whole cube integral of e raised to power minus beta h bar square by 2m k square plus iota k dot r minus r dash d cube k is equal to 1 upon 2 pi whole cube integral from minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to power minus beta h bar square by 2m k square cos of k r minus r dash integrated over the whole k space plus iota integral from minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to power minus beta h bar square by 2m k square sine of k dot r minus r dash integrated over the whole k space. Here one can note that first term is an even function of k and the second term is an odd function of k. Therefore, since second integral vanishes and the first integral then can be written as twice integral from 0 to infinity e raised to power minus beta h bar square by 2m k square cos of k r minus r dash d cube k is equal to 2m pi by beta h bar square raised to power 3 by 2 e raised to power modulus of r minus r dash square divided by 2 beta h bar square whole multiplied by m, and hence equation 56 can be written as the matrix element of e raised to power minus beta h between the states r and r dash is therefore equal to m upon 2 pi beta h bar square raised to power 3 by 2 multiplied by e raised to power minus modulus of r minus r dash whole square m divided by 2 beta h bar square. Furthermore, denominator in equation 52 can be written, since r is equal to r dash, as integral of matrix element of e raised to power minus beta h between r and r dash integrated over the whole volume is equal to m upon 2 pi beta h bar square raised to power 3 by 2 multiplied by integral of d cube r is equal to the volume multiplied by m upon 2 pi beta h bar square raised to power 3 by 2. Thus, the matrix element of the density operator between states r and r dash using 57 and 58 can be written as equal to 1 upon v e raised to power modulus of r minus r dash whole square m divided by 2 beta h bar square. The density operator matrix so obtained has some interesting properties. For example, the matrix element of row between states r and r dash is equal to matrix element of the row operator between state r dash and r. That is, density matrix is symmetric between the states r and r dash. The diagonal element, which is the matrix element of row between the same states r and r, is equal to 1 upon v, is independent of r, implying that single particle is equally likely to be anywhere in the box. The density matrix operator has some other interesting properties as well. The coefficient of the modulus square of r minus r dash in the exponential part of the matrix element h bar square upon mkbt has dimensions of the reciprocal of the length square and represent mean thermal wavelength square, which further represents the spread of the wave packet and measures an uncertainty in the location of the particle in the box. As beta approaches 0, the matrix element approaches the behavior of a Dirac delta function, leading to classical behavior of the system as a point particle. Now, to get the expectation value of Hamiltonian operator H, we need to calculate trace of Hamiltonian operator multiplied by e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator divided by trace of e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator, which is equal to negative of the partial derivative of log of trace of e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator with respect to beta. Using 58, we have the expectation value of the Hamiltonian operator is equal to negative of the partial derivative of log of volume multiplied by m upon 2 pi beta h bar square raised to power 3 by 2 with respect to beta, which is equal to 3 by 2 partial derivative of log of beta with respect to beta, which is equal to 3 by 2 into 1 upon beta, which is equal to 3 by 2 kBt. Linear harmonic oscillator. As the next example, let us calculate the density matrix element of the one-dimensional linear harmonic oscillator in the Q representation. The Hamiltonian of the linear harmonic oscillator is given by Hamiltonian operator is equal to minus h bar square by 2m delta 2 by delta q square plus half m omega square q square, with eigenvalues and eigenfunctions given by En is equal to n plus half h bar omega, where n is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on, and phi nq is equal to m omega divided by pi h bar raised to power 1 by 4 h n xi, where h n xi is the Hermite polynomial, divided by 2 raised to power n factorial raised to power half e raised to power minus half xi square, where xi is equal to m omega by h bar raised to power half q, and h n xi is equal to minus 1 raised to power n e raised to power xi square multiplied by the nth derivative of e raised to power minus xi square with respect to xi, the Hermite polynomial. The nth derivative of e raised to power minus xi square can be easily evaluated by using the Fourier transform relation of e raised to power minus xi square. That is, e raised to power minus xi square is equal to 1 upon pi raised to power half integral from minus infinity to infinity of e raised to power minus u square plus 2 iota xi u integrated over u. So, Hermite polynomial in integral form can be written as hn xi is equal to minus 1 raised to power n e xi square 2 iota raised to power n divided by pi raised to power half integral of minus infinity to plus infinity u raised to power n e raised to power minus u square plus 2 iota xi u integrated over u. So, the density matrix in Q representation can be written as equal to summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to power minus beta e n phi n q dash is equal to m omega upon pi h bar raised to power half e raised to power minus half xi square plus xi dash square multiplied by summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to power minus beta e n multiplied by hn xi dash divided by 2 raised to power n factorial, which is equal to m omega upon pi h bar raised to power half multiplied by e raised to power beta h bar omega by 2 multiplied by e raised to power minus half xi square plus xi dash square multiplied by summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to power minus beta nh bar omega multiplied by hn xi dash divided by 2 raised to power n factorial. Using equation 66, equation 67 can be written as equal to m omega upon pi cube h bar raised to power half e raised to power minus beta h bar omega by 2 e raised to power half xi square plus xi dash square multiplied by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity multiplied by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity minus 2 raised to power n factorial multiplied by e raised to power minus beta h bar omega uv multiplied by e raised to power minus u square minus v square plus 2 iota xi u plus xi dash v integrated over u and v. Is equal to summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity minus 2 e raised to power minus beta h bar omega uv raised to power n divided by n factorial, which can be written as e raised to power minus e raised to power minus beta h bar omega 2 uv. Using equation 69, equation 68 can be written as the matrix element of row between q and q dash is equal to m omega by pi cube h bar raised to power half e raised to power minus beta h bar omega by 2 multiplied by e raised to power half xi square plus xi dash square multiplied by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity multiplied by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to power minus u square minus v square plus 2 iota xi u plus xi dash v minus 2 uv e raised to power minus beta h bar omega integrated over u and v. Infinity carried n times over e raised to power minus half summation over j from 1 to n summation over k from 1 to n over alpha jk xj xk plus iota sigma k is equal to 1 to n bk xk is equal to 2 pi raised to power n by 2 divided by determinant of a raised to power half e raised to power minus half summation over AJK inverse BJ BK. Comparing integrand in equation 70 with integrand in 71, we have k is equal to 1 to 2, j is equal to 1 to 2, x1 is equal to u, x2 is equal to v, n is equal to 2, a11 is equal to 1, a12 is equal to e raised to power minus beta h bar omega, a21 is equal to e raised to power minus beta h bar omega, a22 is equal to 1, b1 is equal to 2xi, b2 is equal to 2xi dash, determinant of a is equal to 4 times 1 minus e raised to power minus 2 beta h bar omega and A inverse is equal to then 1 upon 2 1 minus e raised to power minus 2 beta h bar omega multiplied by the matrix 1 minus e raised to power minus beta h bar omega minus e raised to power minus beta h bar omega 1. minus v square plus 2 iota xi u plus xi dash v minus 2 uv e raised to power minus beta h bar omega over u and v is equal to pi upon 1 minus e raised to power minus 2 beta h bar omega raised to power half multiplied by e raised to power minus 1 upon 1 minus e raised to power minus 2 beta h bar omega multiplied by xi square minus 2 e raised to power minus beta h bar omega xi dash plus xi dash square, which can be further simplified to give m omega upon pi h bar raised to power half multiplied by e raised to power minus beta h bar omega by 2 divided by 1 minus e raised to power minus 2 beta h bar omega raised to power half whole multiplied by e raised to power half xi square plus xi dash square minus 1 upon 1 minus e raised to power minus 2 beta h bar omega multiplied by xi square minus 2 e raised to power minus beta h bar omega xi dash plus xi dash square. Or the matrix element of row between states q and q dash is equal to m omega divided by 2 pi h bar sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega raised to power half multiplied by e raised to power minus half xi square plus xi dash square cot hyperbolic beta h bar omega minus xi dash divided by sine hyperbola beta h bar omega. Putting the value of xi and xi dash, 74 becomes equal to m omega upon 2 pi h bar sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega raised to power half multiplied by e raised to power minus m omega by 4h bar multiplied by 2 q square plus q dash square cot hyperbolic beta h bar omega plus 4q dash divided by sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega. Recall 2 times q square plus q dash square, which is 2 times the sum of two squares, is equal to q plus q dash square plus q minus q dash square, and 4q dash is equal to q plus q dash whole square minus q minus q dash whole square. Therefore, 2q square plus q dash square cot hyperbolic beta h bar omega plus 4q dash sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega is equal to q plus q dash whole square multiplied by cot hyperbolic beta h bar omega plus 1 upon sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega plus q minus q dash whole square multiplied by cot hyperbolic beta h bar omega minus 1 upon sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega, which is equal to q plus q dash whole square multiplied by tan hyperbolic beta h bar omega by 2 plus q minus q dash square multiplied by cot hyperbolic beta h bar omega by 2. Therefore, density matrix element in equation 75 can be written as equal to m omega divided by 2 pi h bar sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega raised to power half multiplied by e raised to power minus m omega by 4 h bar multiplied by q plus q dash square tan hyperbolic beta h bar omega by 2 plus q minus q dash square multiplied by cot hyperbolic beta h bar omega by 2. Now we can calculate the partition function trace of e raised to power minus beta h. Trace of e raised to power minus beta h is equal to integral of the matrix element of row between q and q integrated over dq, which is equal to m omega upon 2 pi h bar sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega raised to power half multiplied by integral over q of e raised to power minus 4m omega by 4h bar multiplied by q square tan hyperbolic beta h bar omega by 2 integrated over q is equal to 1 upon 2 sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega by 2, which is equal to e raised to power beta h bar omega by 2 divided by 1 minus e raised to power minus beta h bar omega. Isn't it interesting that once again we have arrived at the partition function of a linear harmonic oscillator, which we saw in module 10. We can calculate the mean energy of the harmonic oscillator equal to minus partial derivative of log of trace of e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator with respect to beta is equal to h bar omega by 2 cot hyperbolic beta h bar omega by 2. Equation 76 provides us with the probability density for the linear harmonic oscillator coordinate near Q as equal to m omega divided by 2 pi h bar sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega raised to power half multiplied by e raised to power minus m omega q square by h bar tan hyperbolic beta h bar omega by 2. Indeed, it is a Gaussian distribution in Q with mean value 0 and root mean square deviation QRMS is equal to h bar upon 2 m omega tan hyperbolic beta h bar omega by 2 raised to power half. The density matrix calculated above also allows us to calculate the expectation value of Q square and P square. Recalling that integral from minus infinity to infinity x square e raised to power minus half alpha x square dx divided by integral from minus infinity to infinity e raised to power minus half alpha x square is equal to derivative of log of integral from minus infinity to infinity e raised to power minus half alpha x square with respect to alpha, which is equal to 1 upon alpha. Therefore, expectation value of q square is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity q square matrix element of rho between q and q dq divided by integral from minus infinity to plus infinity matrix element of rho between q and q dq is equal to d by d alpha log of c integration of minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to power minus half alpha q square, which is equal to 1 upon m omega square h bar omega by 2 cot hyperbolic half beta h bar omega, which is equal to 1 upon m omega square multiplied by the expectation value of the Hamiltonian operator, where alpha was taken equal to 2 m omega by h bar multiplied by tan hyperbolic beta h bar omega by 2 and c is equal to m omega by 2 pi h bar sine hyperbolic beta h bar omega raised to power half, or half m omega square multiplied by expectation value of q square is equal to half expectation value of the Hamiltonian operator. Thus, potential energy of the oscillator is half expectation value of the Hamiltonian operator. Similarly, one can show that expectation value of p square, which is equal to expectation value of minus h bar square by 2m delta 2 by delta q square is equal to m times expectation value of the harmonic oscillator, or expectation value of p square divided by 2m is equal to half expectation value of the Hamiltonian operator, that is, mean value of kinetic energy and potential energy of the harmonic oscillator are the same and equal to half the total mean energy. Now we will try to look at the relationship between indistinguishability of particles and quantum statistical mechanics. Till this point, to take care of indistinguishability of particles, we made use of ad hoc explanations to correct the counting of microstates, as was done in the case of resolving of Gibbs paradox earlier. However, quantum mechanical description requires us to deal with great care in describing systems composed of indistinguishable particles. The key idea lies in symmetrization of wave functions, which is closely related with indistinguishability of particles, leading to special correlations which are attractive in the case of particles obeying Bose-Einstein statistics and repulsive in the case of particles obeying Fermi-Dirac statistics. We shall study these aspects by considering a gas of n non-interacting identical particles. The Hamiltonian operator H for such a system is a sum of the individual single particle Hamiltonians HI operators. That is, Hamiltonian operator as a function of Q and P is equal to summation over I is equal to 0 to n over Hamiltonian operator of the ith particle as a function of QIPI. Identical nature of particles here means that except for the values of the arguments Qi and Pi, Hi are formally identical. The time-dependent Schrödinger equation of the system is Hamiltonian operator operating on the wave function psi eq is equal to E times the wave function psi eq, where the wave function psi eq is a product of single particle eigenfunctions u epsilon I qi of the single particle Hamiltonian Hi as a function of Qi and Pi with energy epsilon I. That is, psi eq is equal to product over I is equal to 1 to n u epsilon I Qi with E is equal to summation over I is equal to 1 to n epsilon I. This situation can be alternately described in terms of a distribution set Ni such that Ni number of particles are in an eigenstate with energies epsilon I such that summation over I Ni is equal to capital N and E is equal to summation over I Ni epsilon I. The eigenstate described by equation 90 and 91 can be written as psi eq is equal to a product from m is equal to 1 to n1 u1m multiplied by product from m is equal to n1 plus 1 to n1 plus n2 u2m, where uim is equal to u epsilon I qm. Symmetrization of state functions and Gibbs paradox. So far, the simple-looking multiple particle wave function describes the state of the system. However, we need to ask the question, what happens when we permute the coordinates 1, 2, 3, 4, so on up to n in 92 such that new coordinates become p1, p2, p3, p4 and so on up to pn. Say the resulting wave function p psi eq becomes p psi eq is equal to product from m is equal to 1 to n1 over u1 pm and so on multiplied by product from m is equal to n1 plus 1 up to n1 plus n2 u2 pm and so on. Now if the particles are distinguishable, this results in a new microstate of the system. Therefore, in the case of n distinguishable particles with n1 particles in a state with energy epsilon 1 and n2 particles in a state with energy epsilon 2 and so on, and for a distribution set Ni, the number of distinct microstates is therefore n factorial divided by n1 factorial, n2 factorial, so on up to n3 factorial. This weight factor on applying Gibbs correction becomes equal to 1 upon n1 factorial, n2 factorial, n3 factorial and so on. This ad hoc removal of n factorial was realization of the intrinsic indistinguishability of particles. Though applying of this correction led to extensive nature of entropy, quantum mechanically permutations among identical particles should not get us a new microstate of the system. The effect of permutations therefore should not lead to any new microstate, implying that the weight factor described by equation 95 should be identically equal to unity for a given distribution set Ni, provided there is no physical reason disallowing the set itself. Therefore, Wq over a distribution set Ni must be equal to 1. What are the implications of this for the wave function described by equation 93? Since permutations of the arguments shall lead to a mathematically and a physically distinct state, but this is not desirable since mere interchange of the coordinates should not lead to a new microstate. To achieve this, it is required that n factorial possible wave functions obtained after permutations should not lead to a new microstate, thereby making psi eq unaffected by these permutations. In quantum mechanics, we can do this by expressing psi eq as a linear combination of all the n factorial wave functions such that the original wave function psi and the permuted wave function p psi should be such that their probability amplitude must be the same as stated below. That is, the probability amplitude of p psi is equal to the probability amplitude of psi. That is, modulus square of p psi is equal to modulus square of psi. This means either p psi is equal to psi for all p, or p psi is equal to plus psi if p is an even permutation, or equal to minus psi if p is an odd permutation. Equation 98 implies that wave function is symmetric, and equation 99 implies that wave function is antisymmetric in its arguments. Mathematically, the two types of wave functions can be written as psi symmetric is equal to a constant multiplied by summation over p operator psi q, and psi antisymmetric is equal to a constant multiplied by summation over p delta p multiplied by permutation operator psi q, where delta p is +1 for p to be even and is -1 for p to be odd. For example, for a three-particle system, symmetric wave function can be written as psi symmetric is equal to a constant multiplied by psi 1 2 3 plus psi 2 3 1 plus psi 3 2 1 plus psi 1 3 2 plus psi 3 2 1 plus psi 2 1 3. Here first three terms involve even permutations and the last three odd permutations. Similarly, for a three-particle system, antisymmetric wave function can be written as psi antisymmetric is equal to a constant multiplied by psi 1 2 3 plus psi 2 3 1 plus psi 3 2 1 minus psi 1 3 2 minus psi 3 2 1 minus psi 2 1 3. In terms of single particle states, psi 1 2 3 is equal to u1 1 multiplied by u2 2 multiplied by u3 3, psi 2 3 1 is equal to u1 2, u2 3, u3 1, and so on. Psi antisymmetric q can be expressed as a Slater determinant. So psi antisymmetric is equal to a constant determinant of u1 1, u1 2, u1 3, u2 1, u2 2, u2 3, u3 1, u3 2, u3 3. As one expands the determinant, the positive and negative signs appear automatically. On interchanging the arguments, the antisymmetric wave function changes the sign as required. Also, if two or more particles happen to be in the same state, corresponding rows become identical and determinant vanishes, implying that such state is not physically possible, equivalent to Pauli's exclusion principle. In other words, we can say that a system of particles which follows the exclusion principle must have an antisymmetric wave function. Such particles are said to obey Fermi-Dirac statistics and are described as fermions. In this case, quantum statistical weight factor, described by equation 96, now called weight factor for Fermi-Dirac statistics over the states Ni, is such that as long as distribution set element Ni have value either 0 or 1, it is unity, else 0. That is, the weight factor of Fermi distribution function over the distribution set Ni is equal to 1 if summation over I Ni square is equal to n, 0 if summation over I Ni square is greater than n. For systems characterized by symmetric wave functions, Ni can be 0 or positive integers. Such systems are said to follow Bose-Einstein statistics and are described as bosons. The weight factor for the Bose-Einstein statistics over the distribution set Ni for such a system is identically equal to 1, whatever the value of the number in the distribution set Ni. That is, the weight factor over the Bose-Einstein distribution is equal to 1 for Ni is equal to 0, 1, 2, and so on. Spin and statistics. So students, let us summarize what we have learnt in this module. In this module, we have learnt that quantum statistical ensembles involve double averaging, one corresponding to quantum mechanical averaging and the other corresponding to statistical averaging. That density matrix element is defined as equal to 1 upon number of identical systems in the ensemble multiplied by summation over k is equal to 1 to number of identical systems in the ensemble, akm as a function of t multiplied by akn star t, where sum is over all the systems in the statistical ensemble. That for n is equal to m, the diagonal matrix element of rho involves probability density, modulus square of the coefficient AKNT, which is a result of quantum average. Summation over all systems of the ensemble divided by the total number of ensembles in the system results in statistical averaging. That physically, the diagonal element of the density matrix represents the probability that a system chosen at random from among the members of the ensemble shall be in the state phi n at time t. That density matrix is the quantum analog of the density function of the classical statistical system. We also learnt that ensemble average of a physical quantity represented by quantum mechanical operator G can be represented as equal to summation over Mn, matrix element of rho Nm and matrix element of Gmn is equal to summation over M over the diagonal elements, which is equal to trace of the product of the operators rho and G. If states are normalized, else the ensemble average is equal to trace of the product of the density matrix operator multiplied by G operator divided by the trace of the density matrix operator, implying thereby that knowledge of density matrix allows us to calculate mean value of any physical property of the system. Also, we learnt how to derive quantum Liverlees theorem, that is, the time derivative of the density matrix element is equal to 0, which implied that density matrix operator is an explicit function of the Hamiltonian operator, that is, rho is a function of h hat, which implies that rho as a function of h hat commutes with the Hamiltonian operator. Hamiltonian operator should not be an explicit function of time t, that is, the dot product of Hamiltonian operator is equal to 0. To calculate the density matrix element in three ensembles as given in the table below, we learned how you can get the density matrix corresponding to microcanonical ensemble, canonical ensemble and grand canonical ensemble, which you can view in this table at a glance. We also learned that the mean value of a physical quantity G in canonical ensemble is given by equal to trace of the product of the density matrix operator multiplied by the physical quantity operator is equal to trace of the operator corresponding to physical quantity multiplied by e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator divided by the partition function, which is equal to trace of the physical quantity operator multiplied by e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator divided by trace of e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator. The mean value of a physical quantity G in canonical ensemble then when written in grand canonical ensemble is given by trace of the density matrix operator multiplied by the operator of the physical quantity is equal to trace of the physical quantity operator multiplied by e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator minus chemical potential multiplied by the number operator divided by trace of e raised to power minus beta Hamiltonian operator minus chemical potential multiplied by the number operator. You can see at a glance in the following how to calculate density matrix for three prototype systems and the expectation value of some physical quantities corresponding to these systems. The first column lists the systems which are electron in a magnetic field, free particle in a box, linear harmonic oscillator. Second column lists the corresponding density matrix, and the last column gives the expectation value of some physical quantities of interest in these systems. That quantum mechanical description requires us to deal with great care in describing systems composed of indistinguishable particles. The key idea lies in symmetrization of wave functions, which is closely related with indistinguishability of particles. We also learned how to construct the symmetrized wave functions for a system of n particles such that n factorial permutations of particles should not lead to a new microstate, and probability density corresponding to the permuted particle should be the same as the probability density of a particle without permutation. That there are two types of symmetrized wave functions, antisymmetric wave functions and symmetric wave functions, such that symmetric wave function psi sq is equal to a constant multiplied by summation over permutations over permutation operator operating on the wave function psi q. Antisymmetric wave function psi aq is equal to a constant multiplied by summation over permutation operator over delta p permutation operator operating on psi q, where p is the permutation operator, delta p is equal to +1 for even number of permutations, and delta p is equal to -1 for odd number of permutations. We also learned that the number of particles Ni in each state can be either 0 or 1 in the case of particles obeying Fermi-Dirac statistics, and the number of particles Ni in each state can be 0, 1, 2, 3 or up to infinity in the case of particles obeying Bose-Einstein statistics. Also, we learned that systems with antisymmetric wave function follow Fermi-Dirac statistics, and systems with symmetric wave functions follow the Bose-Einstein statistics. We also learned that there is a close relation between spin and statistics, with particles having half-integer spin obeying Fermi-Dirac statistics and particles having integer spin obeying Bose-Einstein statistics. Thank you.